changing my mind. I didn't know that. I'd have given $1 million that day to know what you know right now, because it's been worth a lot more than that to me in every area of my life. Well, I prepared to do the only thing I thought I could do at that time, which was quit. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know all your names. I've met a few of you. I hope to meet more as you go through the ultimate productivity training. But I don't know your names. I don't know your jobs, your tasks. I don't know your family situations. I don't know the challenges and obstacles and the barriers that you go through on a daily basis. But there's one thing I do know about you, probably better than you know about yourself. I know that you're like every other person I've ever talked to. You have a big dream deep inside of you. You may not have thought about it for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years. But that big, deep dream, that thing, yeah, I always wanted to do this, be this, have this, create this, give this. I wanted to make this difference. And then somewhere between there and here, we get so busy making a living, we forgot to create the life. Well, I came here today to tell you the biggest dream you ever had is alive and well. And you can sit right there in that chair and just say, yes, I'm going to do that. I don't know how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, who to do it with. I don't know anything about it, but I am going to pursue my big dream. And if you'll sit right there in that chair and say, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, and someday I'm going to make that happen. If you'll do that right now, just sitting in your chair, the person that will get out of your seat in just a few minutes will be totally different than the person that sat down. 20 years from now, you'll remember today. You won't remember me or anything I said, but you'll remember that's the day I said yes to the big dream. And life changes. And we do all live up to our own expectations. And it does make a difference. And this is not a practice game. This is the only chance we get at this. Well, I didn't know any of that, so as I started losing my sight, I was prepared to quit college, and I went over to the school for blind kids. And I told the principal, this will have to be my last day. I can't come here anymore and work with Christopher because I'm going to have to drop out of college. I don't know what I'm going to do, but this will have to be it for me. This will be my last day. Well, I didn't know they dropped Christopher off early that day, and he was standing outside the open door to the principal's office hearing this whole conversation. So as I went out to tell him goodbye and tell him I loved him and tell him I hope someday somebody else would show up and spend some time with him, he says, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. He said, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. He said, yes, you can. And as I was preparing to explain to this ignorant, obnoxious, precocious 4-year-old kid, hey, kid, this is different. This is not like tying your shoes. This is going to a major university. As I was preparing to explain that to him in a way he would understand, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stovall, either get up and do something with your life or quit lying to the kid. Because if it works for tying your shoes and climbing the stairs and finishing college and creating lives and careers and legacies that are worthy of you and worthy of your best efforts. And if it doesn't work, let's quit lying to the kid. 3 years later, I graduated from that university with honors and 2 degrees. And that same week, I had the privilege of my life with what little vision I had left. In fact, one of the last things I ever really remember seeing was then 7-year-old Christopher climb up 3 flights of stairs, turn and sit on that very top step, and tie both of his shoes. And that's the person that's impacted my life the most. It's not the movie stars and the athletes and the millionaires and the billionaires. It's a 4-year-old child that came into my life for 3 years to teach me the unadulterated wisdom of the ages, which is quite simply this: it doesn't matter what that dream is inside of you. It wouldn't have been put there if you didn't have the capacity to achieve it. So the question is never, can we? The question is always, will we? And your dreams and goals and everything you want to do with your life and the difference you want to make for the people you love hangs in the balance. About 6 weeks after that miraculous day, when Christopher climbed the stairs and tied his shoes, Christopher died of a brain tumor, which is the condition that had caused him to lose his sight in the first place. And as I was attending his funeral, one of the other teachers said to me, you know, isn't it a shame we'll never know what he could have done had he been given a full life? I said, wait a minute, hold the phone here. He has made his contribution because anything I do from this day forward, I owe to him. And they tell me I have shared that story with over 4 million people now live, just like you and I are talking today. And many of them have done what I'm hopeful a few of you will do, which is use Christopher's example as a platform to examine your life, your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, exercise your right to choose and make a quality decision, and change your life by simply changing your mind. If not now, when? And if not you, who? You'll never have another chance like this one. All you got to do is say yes to that big dream, and it all changes right then. Because when Christopher died, it was like he had a will. He left me a few things, and I will leave them with you as I close. Christopher left me with the certain knowledge there's no such thing as an insignificant person. If God had ever created an insignificant person, it would have been Christopher. His whole biography would read, lived to be 7 years old, learned how to tie his shoes and climb the stairs. That was everything he had to recommend him, but he has changed the lives of millions of people around the world. Christopher left me with the certain knowledge there's no such thing as an insignificant relationship. They're all critical. They're all important. You know, there are people here, your coworkers, your friends, people at home, your family, your neighbors. Some of them, they're at the end of their rope. They're trying to decide whether or not their dreams can come true. And in the final analysis, they won't do what I talk about or write books about or make movies about. They'll do what you do. And when you really understand that interconnectivity, the way we're all put together, you'll understand that you don't have the right for one day or even one moment to be anything less than the best you can be. And you'll understand that mediocrity is the most selfish pursuit of any human being. Christopher left me with certain knowledge there's no such thing as an insignificant day. You take it from a guy who thought he would spend the rest of his days, including this one, in a 9 by 12 foot room. It's just a joy to be here. And finally, Christopher left me with the certain knowledge there's no such thing as an insignificant moment, because every moment of every day of the rest of your life holds within it your key to greatness, which is your ability to sit right there, exercise your right to choose, make a quality decision, and change your life by changing your mind. I want to thank you for this opportunity to be here. You'll all get a copy of the Ultimate Productivity book. You'll all get to go through the workshop. You'll get to take the productivity profile. In that book, as in all 8 million of my books in print, is my phone number. Anytime after today forward, you don't think it's working for you, you need help, you need encouragement, you think that your goals and dreams are too far away, you pick up the phone and you dial that number in the book. I have real life people answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they know there's one kind of call I'll always return. You just call and say, Jim came and told me my dreams could come true, and right now I need to talk to him. I will call you back every time. I have people all around the world just call to see if I'll call them back. Had a lady from New Zealand the other day do that. I say, hi, this is Jim, what can I do for you? Nothing, I just kind of wanted to see if you'd call me back. And that's absolutely fine. If you want to do that, that is great, because I want you to know from this day forward, the worst it ever seemed, the farthest it ever appears, and the darkest it ever feels, I want you to know you got one guy who believes in you and believes in your dream. And if you don't think so, you get in that book and you call that number, and you will find out you got one guy who believes in you and is serious about your success. We're excited about taking you all through Ultimate Productivity. You guys are going to be the pilot. Paula and I will be co-authoring a book together based on the training and this experience you guys are going to have, and it'll be called Real Productivity. You'll be excited. We just finished a movie based on my book, The Lamp, and we brought an Academy Award winner, Louis Gossett Jr. in, and a lot of great people. We made a movie, shot it right here in Tulsa, and I wanted some real successful people to be in it and do these little cameos that our character, our hero, could go out and meet with at various times in the story. And so I got Steve Forbes to do it, and Harlan Stonecipher, a big insurance guy, and Paula Marshall. So you will see Paula in a movie playing Paula Marshall. And you'll enjoy that. That'll be out, and we'll also share that with you as you go through the training and other things. And I want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to thank you for the chance to work with BAMA and be a part of all the exciting things you're doing and go through the workshops and things with each of you. And I want to thank you for being here today, because I remember sitting in that little 9 by 12 foot room. It's just a few miles from where we are now. And I remember sitting there on a morning much like this, getting more and more depressed and more discouraged, sitting there all alone in the dark. And had you come into that room at that point and told me that I would get to be a part of this, I wouldn't have believed you, because sitting there alone in the dark, the most magnificent thing I could have thought about, the most tremendous idea I could imagine, the most amazing concept I could conceive was not as special to me as getting to spend this hour with you. And as always, I'll leave you with this. Hold on to your dreams and stand tall, even when those around you would force you to crawl. Hold on to your dreams as a race you must run, even when reality whispers you'll never be done. And finally, my Bama friends, hold on to your dreams and wait for the magic to come. Because on that miraculous day, your dreams and your reality will merge into one. I love you more than I can say. Look forward to meeting you in a workshop. So long.